never know if my hair's gonna cooperate or not, so I just go for it.
Go for it.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. No, I'm sorry.
Getting the audio there.
We're just riffing you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Casual. For those who are new here, we are so glad to have you here today. We are here in a new space. If you have watched any of my gaming videos, then you'll recognize this background. We're just in a different part of my office. And we're here with my twin brother, Larkin.
Not Casual, yeah.
Yay! So thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We're gonna pick out some books, right?
Yes.
Dope.
So Larkin is a professional content creator, videographer for a fly shop in Colorado.
Yes.
So he has a much different set of interests than me.
A lot of outside time, yeah. Big time.
Yeah. I should have worn the great indoors hoodie.
That would have been a good compare and contrast.
Exactly.
Contrast, sorry.
So, I'm gonna have him pick out a couple books for me to read this week because, like I said, he has such a different, point of view, and with consuming as much book content that we all do, we get kind of tunnel visioned on what's new, what's popular, what might be coming out, new releases that we focus on. But for somebody who's not super into the, book community, this is a great way to get some fresh eyes, new perspective on the books that we already have, kind of shrink the TBR.
Just to fully clarify, I can read, I just don't often. So I just wanted to make
It's a choosing not to, not a lack of skill.
Passive resistance, absolutely.
There you go. So when you do read, what kind of stuff are you really into?
It's a lot of nonfiction, self-help books, business and marketing books, anything regarding an old trail through the forest. I enjoy those kind of books.
Gotcha.
But every now and then I dive more into the scary, a little bit,
We have watched a lot of horror movies.
Yeah, I get a little ghoulish with it, What comes to mind more than anything is a good book jacket and a great font.
Ooh.
That's what I'm a big
That is what
for.
we have in common.
It's the same thing with horror movies. You can tell if it's going to be good based on the font, and that's sometimes led me down a dark path. But other times, the Conjuring series, great
the whole
stuff.
don't judge a book by its cover thing is not necessarily true all of the time.
It's not. It's important, and you have to do it almost every time.
That's why they're all so pretty, right?
Yeah, you're damn right. You're damn right.
I don't think I've been burned too much by that.
No.
Because if they put a lot of effort into the outside, hopefully they put a lot of effort into the inside.
Right. Quality outside, quality inside,
Is there anything that you would be kind of staying away from when it comes to my books out there?
Romance is not always my favorite. Some of the, what do I say on camera? More explicit themes?
Spicy.
Yeah, spicy.
Is the
Got
term.
it. Got it. My bad.
It'll have a little pepper, like 3 out of 5 peppers or whatever.
Okay,
Yeah.
big pepper girl. All right. I get away from that stuff a little bit, and then some of the more fantastical fantasy, like I can only handle so many dragons.
Gotcha.
And then it gets over the top.
So not so much high fantasy where there's like a whole new religion system and countries that don't exist and...
Yeah, exactly. If your first name has 25 letters in it, I'm not doing it. Like that's...
some books have a glossary so you can help.
See, and that's
keep
a problem.
up with
If you're inventing your own language and you're not Lord of the Rings,
Yep.
I'm probably not reading it. So
J.R.R. Tolkien is the only one that gets a pass.
right? So those are the things that I'm staying away from for the most part, but I don't know. It's always a toss-up with me when it comes to books. There might be something that jumps out at me that gets me into it, and then there might be something random that takes me right back out. So
Yeah.
I'm a loose cannon when it comes to selecting books, so this should be a fun one.
It's a baby girl. Baby. Such a cute girl. Such a princess.
What are you doing? What's the haps? What's the haps? Got your kitty. I got no bones, Mom.
Liquid cat.
Liquid cat. You got no bones? Not one single bone.
Nope.
Oh, which book should we pick? Do you know? Which books would you? You don't know? Okay.
All right. This is not, overwhelming at all, is it, Larkin?
No, not even a little bit.
For someone who doesn't read. has so many books here to pick through.
Again, I'd like to clarify, doesn't and can't are very different things.
Vastly.
They are different. All right. Well, let's get into this. This shouldn't be too hard here. We got a lot of great options.
Yeah,
Okay.
so for those who, I've done a book shelf tour before, but for a refresher, we have our pocket books up top that are smaller, more Stephen King, Karen Slaughter, procedural drama-esque. Then we have, over there as well. And then...
Oh, wait, no. What?
We're gonna go, we're going like this.
Sorry, my bad. Wrong one.
And then we have more thriller, suspense, some horror in here. And then we have some procedurals over there. We have more just literary dramas and a little bit more procedurals down there. Here we have Stephen King and Dean Koontz and Ted Dekker. So horror-esque there. We have all of our book of the months right here. Romance, classics, fantasy. And then just some random ones on the bottom. So I think by the time I post this, I'll have this haul filmed, but these are all the books from that haul. What kind of genres are you feeling?
All right, we got to come out of the gates with something a little bit darker.
Okay.
I think. I don't know. Let's let the fonts speak to us. I'm looking at the left side first. Oh, that's an easy one. Yeah. All right, so book number 1 that we're going to be reading. It's Devil House by John Darnielle.
And what drew you to that one?
It's the font. That is an excellent cover. I like the colors, I like the design, and I like the typography there, man.
It's very minimal.
It is.
It's not trying too hard.
It's a nice, clean design. And like we had talked about in the intro, you got to tie in the good fonts to a good content in any horror genre.
Yep. So there is a blend between the outside look and the inside quality.
I'm hoping so. I'm absolutely hoping
Same.
So.
I don't want to have to spend money on a book that sucks.
Absolutely.
What are you doing, baby?
So, for book number 2, I think we're going to go for a wild card here.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. So, I know I universally panned romance in the intro.
Uh-huh.
Romance is not always my favorite, but we're going to switch it up and we're going to choose one here. So, I live in Colorado. It's very wintry out there. Feels wintry outside.
Lots of snow.
Yeah, and it is a long winter. So, I've been prone to some winter longing.
Oh,
yes.
On the romance
by
section.
Trisha Mills. Look at that. Okay. If that doesn't say romance, I don't know what does. We got a nice pink font.
I couldn't even tell you what year that was from.
Trisha Mills. Oh, goodness.
From ever ago. I got that one used.
What do you do when your destiny is stolen from you? Oh, no. I don't like that at all. What do you do when your destiny is stolen from you?
Dun, dun, dun. All right.
That's book number 2.
That is a wild card.
Yeah, and I'm a big old softie sometimes. So
all right.
It might not be what I would read.
That is not what I was expecting.
It will be what you're reading.
Okay. I will definitely keep you updated on how the longing is wintering,
I bet it will.
All right. So we have Winter's Longing and Devil House. Could not be any more different.
2 books in out of 3. Okay. We're going to go another wild card here.
What's calling to you?
I think we're going to judge a book by its cover. I know I set that up in the beginning.
The different than we've done so far.
All right, we might have been doing that exclusively, but this one, I'm looking for solid cover art, not just a good font.
Okay.
Not just words that would apply to something in my life.
Okay.
Looking for overall design, and I think for that book, it's going to be Riley Sager.
Oh, nice.
Only one left.
Oh, such a good pick.
Got my greasy fingerprints all over.
I've read all of his other books. That's his last one that I have left.
It's just a good looking.
It's the only one left.
A good looking
that I have to read.
And we've got excellent A and B fonts here. That's just, you can't beat that. Nice big house up on a rock.
Do you want a little synopsis of what this book's about? Because this one I actually really know. It was on my to read for 2024 anyway.
I'm assuming it's about a rich family that lives on a cliffside.
Okay.
That gets into some sort of trouble in the city.
All right. So as the title states, there's only one person that lives in that house, and then she is like 80-something years old. Everybody thinks that she's Lizzie Borden, basically. Her entire family got murdered, and they think she did it.
No.
Yep. So now she's like 80 something, has a caretaker, and has decided to tell the caretaker the entire story.
Oh, and that's what this is.
But she can't speak, so it's only through a typewriter that she can communicate.
Holy shit.
So you picked a great one.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, and there's different spots in here where they change the font to a typewriter.
You know, talking.
Yeah, that's super cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, I mean, this, like, we judged a book by its cover, and I think it's going to turn out well.
So we are similar sometimes.
Similar sometimes. Yes, I agree. I think this was a good third pick. We got a good trio going. Those are our 3 books, guys. We've got Devil House by John Darnielle. We've got Winter Longing by Tricia Mills, and The Only One Left by Riley Sager. Taylor's going to read all of these books for this video and break them down for you in the end.
Of course.
They're great picks.
Of course.
We should be good with these ones.
Hello and welcome to the start of the challenge per se. We are going to be starting with Devil House by John Darnielle. Darnielle? I want to say like Danielle, but with an R. I don't know if that's right. For some reason, I decided to start at 10:45 on a Saturday night. My husband, who like actually, you know, wants to go out and be with people, that is not really my vibe post-concussion. I probably would have, but I finally was able to play video games again, and so I just definitely wanted to like stay in and do that. But then of course I got a headache because I don't do anything in moderation. I'm fully, if I want to do that thing, I do it for like 8 hours, even though I'm not supposed to. Starting with Devil House, and I will update you guys either when Tony comes home and I stop, or when I just come to a natural stopping point. It's not too terribly long, 403. Oh, another thing is that I don't understand how people are not able to look at like the last page. They like ruin it for themselves. Like, you only have to look at one part of the page. You look at the first page, find where the page numbers are, and then you look at that part of the page only. I don't know. Maybe I'm just so unobservant that I'm like, yeah, I didn't even notice anything. See you guys when I have an update. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks. I had the hardest time getting through Devil House. It was just a dense, yet flighty, like, ethics of true crime story. But then there's like a twist at the end that doesn't, I mean, it kind of makes sense in the sense of like, you know, wanting better for the victims or the perpetrators of said crime. Like, you wanted better for them. It shows like his past work, and then it had this random like Middle English motif that kept popping up every so often, and it made sense, I guess, in like illustrating like, you know, the mental state, the principle of protecting your castle. Without spoilers, 2-star. 2-star for the Devil House. It's very dense. It took so much like brain power to kind of remember what was going on and who was talking, and point of views would switch constantly, and there was this random like second person view, which I've never seen before. I guess this is just very hot girl, smart girl book, and it's just not me. Also, the ending, abrupt. Completely abrupt. Like, it's just, you know, there's always somebody out there going to commit the next crime. Sensationalism is bad. But is it good? Like, yeah, definitely, you know, the ethics of true crime. Do not go into this if you want action. That's for sure. I kept wanting this to be like a spooky book, and it just wasn't. It was very procedural, very pretentious art-driven narrative, and that's okay. It's just not for me. You know, not the book I thought I was getting into when I bought it, not the book I thought I was getting into when my brother picked it. I don't even think it was the book that he thought he was picking. But yeah, it almost read nonfiction, like you would read a scientific study. Dry, but has good information. 2 stars. Next, I'm about halfway through Winter's Longing. It's the perfect, fluffy, not meaningless, but like not deep, you know, there's no deep character study here. It's just a teenager went through the loss of her boyfriend, that they hadn't even really been dating that long. And she's already starting to like somebody else, is where I'm at. So like, you know, her recovering from her loss and dealing with her friendships that were mostly centered around that boy that was gone because he was her like childhood best friend. And so like going through life without him, but also like fighting with herself about what life should look like now. And there are these, at the beginning of each chapter, there are these like excerpts of like something that she had done with her past, you know, boyfriend, like growing up or whatever. And those are cute because you can like get a little bit more of their information like as a couple, because homeboy dies super fast and we get 0 of their actual relationship. So it's not like I understand her loss, but I'm not that connected to Spencer that I'm sad that he's gone. You know, I'm very team Jesse right now, which is the guy that she will, she won't, she, and that's all on the back of the book. So none of that's a spoiler, but it's very surface level, and that is what I needed. So I will probably update you guys when I'm done with the book, because I'm thinking about just sitting and probably trying to finish it, you know, in the next hour or two, couple hours, because I've been really into Lies of P on my Xbox, and if you guys have played a FromSoft game, I would highly, highly recommend it. It's a little bit easier in some aspects, but it's exactly the same, very Bloodborne vibes the rest of the time. It is on Xbox Game Pass. But yeah, so I'm really wanting to play that, but I definitely need to finish this video and actually edit it and get it up, because I don't have a video for Friday. Let me know if you guys are interested in either gaming content or reading content or both, because just knowing me and how hyperfixated I get on certain hobbies, like I just spent 2 hours making homemade pine sol outside. So like if you guys are interested in any of like more herbalism, natural healing content, definitely let me know down in the comments, because I know everybody does that these days. Trying to be more sustainable this year with both my chemical intake to our home and my, you know, impact on the economy as a whole, with buying books instead of either, you know, getting them through my Kindle or through the library or secondhand. So now I'm just rambling. But yeah, book is cute so far. Nothing really has happened. We're seeing a little bit more of her best friend, like dealing with the loss, because it kind of split them down the middle. It's like, were they really best friends, or were they all 3 friends and he was the center post and now they don't know how to find their horizon anymore? I'll be back with an update. Sorry if the angle's a little weird. I am being held hostage by a kitty cat on my lap. Anyway, so I just finished Winter's Longing. It was really cute. You know, I love when romances are about something, you know, more than just the romance. This definitely was. It definitely falls into like a chick lit type thing. But I think that it handled grief in like a really mature way for being, you know, such a YA. It handled having a crush after, you know, a loved one has died. It covered, you know, helping a friend through an abusive situation. It handled like the unknown of your future, because they're all going to college. They're all going to college separately. Also, Jesse, like the perfect man. Let's be real, plays hockey, so it's technically a hockey romance. He's the most understanding and supportive guy ever. Like, people sleeping on Jesse Kerr as book boyfriend of forever. This book was written back in 2010, so there was a couple of, you know, little things here and there that were like, that's weird. You know, very much of the time. Also, can I just say this book was $8.99 originally? Like, 2024 prices could never. But yeah, it was very cute. I'm gonna give it a 4 stars. I would definitely read something by this author again. I think the writing was very well done. So the next So I've gone from dry, dusty ethics nonfiction to cute, but to, well, not really even. More like hopeful but sad romance, to the next is going to be hopefully a thrilling ride with The Last One Left by Riley Sager. I will probably start that tomorrow or maybe later tonight, but just not right now. I need to let this book kind of marinate for a little while, but I will be back to tell you guys any updates. Good morning. It is the next day and I've officially read through the first, I think, 4 chapters. No, the first 3 chapters of The Only One Left. I always forget how much I like Riley Sager's writing. I mean, it's not hot girl, smart girl, but it's just, you're having a good time. Like, it's nothing flowery, it's just descriptive enough. It's misleading, but in the sense of like, ooh, how's that gonna come back later, you know? But I will say, this is not a spoiler, but I guess it's a little bit of a spoiler, but you find out in the first the first 3 chapters or so that she's done something bad to one of her past patients because she's a home health care giver. Something happened to one of her patients at her last job and no one else will hire her. So she's back at it even though she hates doing it. And she was under suspension for 6 months with no pay. So she had to move in with her father, and her mother has died and her father don't have a relationship at all. She is packing up to leave and she's talking to her dad, who they haven't really spoken for the whole 6 months that she's lived there. She goes back in to tell him that she's leaving. Dad, I'm leaving. Oh, there's no surprise behind the word. If anything, my father sounds relieved. I'm back on the job, I add, when he doesn't press for details. My new patient's a stroke victim, lives out on the cliffs. I say it hoping he'll be impressed, or at the very least, intrigued by the idea of rich people trusting me enough to take care of someone. If he is, he doesn't show it. Okay, he says. I know the one sure way to get my father's full attention is to tell him the name of the new patient. Just like with Kenny, I don't even consider it. Knowing I'll be caring for Lenora Hope will only make my father think less of me, if such a thing is possible. Do you need anything before I go? I say instead. My father takes another bite of sandwich and shakes his head. The pang I'd felt outside returns with another kick, harder this time. So hard I swear a chunk of my heart is broken off and is now dropping into the depths of my stomach. I'll try to check in every 2 weeks. No need, my father says. And that's all he says. Ugh, no need to check in. Oh my God, just tell her, just write her off, you know? That just breaks my heart. I can't really imagine not having a relationship with my dad, you know? And I'm so sorry for those who are watching that have to go through that. That makes me really sad. It's a Riley Sager book. I don't know what kind of twists are coming, but I'm excited and I know what to expect, you know, from the writing style. So I'm excited to see where it goes, but I will check back in with you guys when I have an update. Editing Taylor here. I completely forgot to tell you about the end of The Only One Left. So, such a good book. 4.5 stars. I was in it. I tell you what, I got sucked in, which is why I never filmed any other updates. I got completely sucked in. It was a 5-star, 6-star read up until the very end. And then there's just too many things that happen. It's like the twist that he should have been putting in, you know, throughout, that went in with all of his other twists that he already had. He just threw them in the last 20 pages and it was just a little too much for me. I got whiplash. So it would have been a 5-star, but we dropped it down, you know, another 1/2 star because of the excessive amount of twists, the absolute whiplash that I got. I really, really liked it. And I'm so glad that this is the only one that I actually own. And I'm gonna be going out and trying to find Home After Dark as my other trophy of his. But I'm really, really grateful that this is the one that I actually went and bought. I'm looking forward to his middle of the summer release, middle of the night in the summer release. I also didn't film an outro, so thank you so much for watching this video, for being here with us. Make sure to follow my brother on Instagram and his socials that are throughout the video, but I'll also link them down below in the description. Thank you so much to Larkin for picking out these books. I appreciate you oh so much. I think I'm gonna make this a series with, now that I've done my twin brother, I also have a younger sister who is very into romance, so we'll see what kind of things that she picks there. And then also my mom, who is very action based, so we'll be able to get quite a few different genres across my family lines there. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you, the viewer, oh so much for being here. Be safe out there, support your local library, and happy reading. See, that's 4 minutes 54 seconds. That's really all you need.
Crush that. All right. Okay, this should be a layup, guys. Oh God, I'm getting too YouTubery.
What's up, guys? We're back.
Go ahead and say it. Subscribe to the channel. Comment down below for more videos.